It's Monday morning. I'm off to work. It is raining cats and dogs outside. So yeah, British summertime. Yay. Quiet weekend. Didn't do a ton of comics work. Did some, not a lot. I did. I penciled page 3 and a chunk of page 4 in the Urbex story. So that's nearly finished now. Thumbnail sort of stage, and that'll give us something we can look at and say, okay, how well is this holding together? Does it work well as a comic? Does it flow well? Does it, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's nearly finished. There's a few panels left on page 4 and then we're done. I also drew some monsters from my Twitter. I think follow my Twitter at the moment. I'm putting up a monster every day to promote the 100th anthology, which I'm part of. A proud member of the 100th anthology. Yeah, it's kind of nice. It's like we're like an international. We're like the Justice League of comic book type people. It's a very long acronym. It doesn't really read very well, but there's that definite feeling that everyone from all over the world, we're all united by this love of making little pictures and putting speed bubbles in them and stuff like this. So yeah, but the creatures I drew a water leaper. That's from Welsh mythology. It looks a bit like a cross between a bat and a frog. And then I drew the manticore from Persian mythology, which is basically the head of a man, body of a lion, and tail of a scorpion. That was quite fun. Quite like that. Yeah, it's an interesting challenge. I kind of like trying to find obscure monsters or monsters from cultures not very well known, like Welsh mythology. I've got a bit of a soft spot for Wales, from the Midlands, and a lot of people from the Midlands will go to Wales on holiday. Actually, a lot of people from Liverpool go to Wales on holiday as well. It's easy to get to. Lovely countryside, lovely town, many people. It's a land of song. It's great. And then I was a student in Wales in the mid to late 90s, which I know will date me a little bit, but there we go. Yeah, I was a student. I studied in Cardiff, and great times. I still got friends around that way, and yeah, I like to go back every so often. Yeah, have a look around, see what everything's doing. But yeah. And interestingly enough, on Radio 3 at the moment, they're doing the Mabinogion. I think that's how you say it. It's big. It's basically a massive Welsh mythological story, and they're sort of serialising it in 15-minute chunks. So this could run for a bit. If I get a chance, I'll try and get started on it. But we'll see. Yeah, it's interesting. As for this week, what plans have I got? Well, so I want to finish off the rough Urbex story. Get the rough thumbnails done for that. I just want to have a look at it, just make sure it reads well. So that's out of the way. I found a one-page rough pencil I did for something years ago. Well, like years ago, about a year ago. And I forgot where I put it, and it was just in the desk drawer. I was like, oh my gosh, that. So I'm tempted to dig that out and actually work that up into a full page. I've got my full-page historical. But I think we'll prioritise the Urbex story first. Let's get that done. Let's get that ready for full pencils. And that might just be the week, actually. Could very well be the week. Yeah. I know in my last video there were some audio issues, and I'm going to have to sort of apologise that I can't fix it, I'm afraid. Due to me being a complete idiot, there was a purge of old video files from my phone, and most of the footage that made that video was lost in the purge. All I can say is I'll put my hands up and say, sorry about that, I'll try and do better next time. Yeah. Hopefully there'll be no weird sound effects just languishing in the background, right? Okay. Yeah. I think that's it for now. Let's start. Tuesday. I've done a full day at work and I'm on my way home now. This lunchtime I printed off templates for the Urbex story. This is like page layouts with the frames were pre-drawn so that I can use them as a template to actually do my pencils on. And I penciled the first couple of panels, so we're making good progress already. I've decided to draw a werewolf for tonight, for tonight's cryptid. I'll draw that, so that'll be fun. I'll get cracking on that a bit later on. Yeah, interesting. I suppose we should talk about some things other than just the things that we do. Marshall's really good at always thinking of different subjects to talk about, and so I thought I'd share something with you today. This is me sort of kind of drawing a line in the sand and saying this is what I do. So I'm a big, strong believer in open source software. There, I've said it. It's out in the open, and I'm glad I said it. I'm glad I'll tell you. Yeah, so open source software, if you don't know, it's software that's totally free to use, free to modify, you can do whatever you want with it. The data usually is saved off of it is also free to be used, so, you know, if you use an open source piece of drawing software, then the format is open as well, so you can load it into other things and write your own. Quite important, stuff like this. And I watch Adobe and their slightly, I would say, mob villain-esque approach to their pricing structure. They've essentially changed their business model over about a year. It used to be, hey, spend what is it, $1,000 for a copy of Photoshop or the Creative Suite, you know, or buy whichever component you want. You want Premiere? Buy Premiere. You want Photoshop? Buy Photoshop. Want was it Flash or was it Adobe Animate now? Buy Adobe Animate. Great. Then they say, hey, for a small subscription fee, you can have the lot. And everyone's rushed to get it, and I'm on the sidelines going, this sounds like a bad idea, because the way of not owning the software, it's a subscription, which means that it can be withdrawn at any time. The nature of the business can change at any time, and you're stuck. And yep, could have put money on it. Essentially now Adobe is saying that if you're using earlier versions of Photoshop or etc., you know, InDesign or what's it called, Lightroom, Lightbox, whatever it's called, their photo software, you could be in trouble because you could be using third-party tools that are not licensed for anymore. So, well, this is a bit of a problem if you're, say, a legacy photographer who uses like a 386 and still uses a 32-bit operating system. This is not great. You're forcing everyone to pony up money to buy software they can't necessarily use, just on the off chance, you know. Not surprisingly, quite a few photographers over the years who have been staunch Photoshop supporters have finally said enough's enough, that's it, we're done. And now a lot more people are interested in open source tools, which is great. Welcome to the party, it's great. We have cake and everything, it's wonderful. And it's interesting because in my own workflow I tend to try to use, wherever possible, open software. So for a lot of the colouring work I've used GIMP. Surprisingly, interestingly enough, for one project I use Krita because it's actually got a slightly better colour profile handling. Like GIMP hasn't got any, but Krita has. So I've used Krita for a lot of stuff, but I've been an idiot, but it never occurred to me that Krita can also do some of the things that I've been bemoaning the lack of functionality in GIMP. So at the moment, I've been sort of colouring pages in GIMP, making a PSD file because you can save a PSD file, taking it to another machine that's got Photoshop on there, laying out the text, the borders and the speech bubbles in Photoshop, saving a PSD file and uploading it back up to the cloud and lava rinse repeat. The downside of that is a PSD file open from, say, Photoshop file into GIMP is uneditable. I can't edit the text, I can't edit the vector shapes. GIMP's approach to it is make a selection, which is bobbins. It's not like having a vector shape that you can tweak the points around afterwards. And someone mentioned it the other day. Why don't you just do it in Krita? And it was like the scales fell from my eyes, and I was like, of course we could use Krita for absolutely all of it. I'm not sure how good it is with text still, but apparently you can create all your stuff with Inkscape, embed it into the Krita document, and it still maintains its vector and editability. You know, so you can still edit shapes afterwards. Now that's a big plus. That's a huge plus, and that's something I'm going to look into as and when, because then that means I can finally remove the last sort of step, the last sort of thing that ties me to a commercial system. I'm pretty much completely off grid. I'm all open source at this point, so that's very exciting. It's very exciting. So yeah, I'm a big open source fan. Okay, I've written tools before now for open source software, and my brother has also written stuff like this before, and you'll see him. He'll have commented on this video, or at least a number of other videos. He'll have commented on them. So yeah, I thought it was interesting to talk about the notion of Photoshop and Adobe, and this idea that a perceived market leader is somehow the only way to make content. Because what's important? What's the deliverable? What do we give the publisher? We give the publisher essentially a picture with text burnt onto the image, and it's print ready. You know, here's some pages. They're numbered in a way that makes sense, or they're in a PDF file or whatever. You know, they're in a structured format, one way or the other. Make that print. So in that respect, it doesn't really matter what software we use to get to that position. It's just that for years and years and years, Photoshop has been the only game in town, and I think now Adobe have started to mess people around and essentially employ what I consider slightly strong-arm tactics to enforce people to subscribe to a set of a creative suite that they don't necessarily want all components of. People are starting to sort of examine other options, and this can only be a good thing. In the future, I think there are bigger questions that need to be answered, and I think one of the big questions is we need a file format that's open, that allows us to keep layers and all the things like text and vectors editable, so that I can take my file in GIMP, load it in Photoshop, take the file from Photoshop, load it into GIMP, load it into Krita, load it into, oh I don't know, any software that takes layered documents. So what would that be? ClipPaint? Yeah, ClipPaint. And that's the problem. Right now, ClipPaint's great, but it's still closed. It's still closed source. It's still closed off. And it could be that the people that make ClipPaint Studio one day will just turn around and go, "Yep, we're going to change our pricing structure. We've got a big enough market share. You will pay X amount more for a license, because what else are you going to do?" And the answer to that question is open source software, man. So yeah, I've ranted a little bit about this. So in the comments, if you use any open source software for making comics or making artwork, just drop down in the comments so other people can have a look. But I use Krita, GIMP, and Inkscape mostly. Well, it's Wednesday. It stopped raining finally for a bit, although I think it will start again soon. Last night I made a big dent in the penciling on page 1 of the Urbex story, which I'm calling Gotcha. I drew a werewolf as well. That's about it really. I caught Marshall in the latest video. Marshall always makes great videos. I'd love to make videos like him. Yeah, guy's great. Guy is great. So yeah. I see today Teresa's put a new video up. She's had a go at the 1 hour comic challenge, and I'm looking forward to watching that. I'll watch that a bit later on. And it kind of makes me want to do a 1 hour comic as well. Since I did McCavity's Cavity a while back, I've not been really had a chance to sort of do an hour comic. But maybe this week I'll do one. Who knows? yeah, that's enough for them. Don't know what. Okay, well, it's Thursday. I'm on my way to work and I'm stuck in traffic. So last night I drew the Wendigo from Native American folklore for the Twitter challenge, promoting the 100s Anthology 2, which is of course werewolves versus unicorns and other mythical creatures, which is on Kickstarter. Obviously Kickstarter links below. Once I've done that, I finished up page 1 of my Urbex story, which you can see here, and then I made a start on page 2, which you can see here. I made a start on the middle tier. I could have started on the top tier, but I wanted to start on the middle tier. It's where a lot of the storytelling for this page is happening. As you can see, the two characters, Gaz and Lee. Gaz is he's filming on his phone, himself and Lee, sort of like a selfie, and he then drops the phone on the floor, and as he bends down to pick it up, you can see his foot in the shot there, and you can see a load of debris in the background, and under there some of that debris what looks like a human hand. As he picks it up, there's some more debris, and in the background what looks like a face. Yeah, I'm trying to go for a creepy vibe. I'm trying to go for this sort of thing you see sometimes in horror films, where I think Blair Witch did it, and I know GhostWatch did it, so this is dating me even more. GhostWatch did this thing where at one point it was a handheld shot, and they panned across a room, and there were some curtains, and in front of the curtains was a demonic character, and as the camera whipped back, there was nothing there. It was brilliant in its own way, absolutely brilliant. And I'll never forget it. I mean, you can't forget GhostWatch. If you ever saw GhostWatch, you'll never forget it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, links will be down below. So yeah, I'm really happy with the way the pencils are coming out on this. I think there's a definite evolution of my work. It's a definite evolution of style. It's definitely evolution of just general draftsmanship is getting pretty good. I'm very happy with it. Kind of just want to go, I wonder if I could just get away with just giving the pencils, doing the pencils and say, here it is in pencil. But love it. I managed to watch Teresa's new video, which is her attempt at the 1 hour comic challenge, which is cute as a button and is great, and I love it. I think it's a great idea, great concept, really imaginative approach to the challenge. Don't get worried about the notion of, oh, I wrote frog and toad. Yeah, I think that's minor. That's a minor thing, really. But yeah, you kind of made me want to have another crack at the hundreds challenge, the 1 hour comic challenge. You made me want to have another go at that. You've given me an idea for something to talk about in a future video. So give yourself a victory lap, Teresa. Well done. What else? Oh, Marshall put up a new video, but it was too late for me. I started to watch it, but it was just too late. I could not keep my eyes open. So I'll be catching that up later on today. And yeah, now the traffic's moving, let's get to work. Right, morning. It's Friday. I'm on my way to work, and it's sunny but still overcast. And I would not be surprised if we don't get a little more rain later on. So that's something to look forward to. So last night I finished up page 2, the Urbex story, and I put them side by side, page 1, page 2. I look at them, and I think they work quite nicely together. I need to revisit Lee's face on page 1. Okay, no problem there. And then I'll be making a start on page 3. The pencil work is going really well. I'm really enjoying the penciling on this one. I just hope the inking, I hope to do the inking justice, you know? I hope to do it justice. I think we will, we'll see. What else has been going on? Last night I very nearly forgot to pull up a cryptid, mainly because I was too busy watching TV. It's really bad. I'm not really a TV person, but this week I've been watching a lot of a TV show called Johnathan Creek. It was quite a popular show in the 90s in England. Well, in the UK it was quite a popular show. I don't know if anyone's ever seen it, but yeah, great stuff. Yeah, fun times. Yeah, I think I'm living now. I'm sort of looking at my sketchbook this morning as I was putting it in my bag, and I've only got, say, 6 to 10 pages left in my sketchbook. Not many at all. I don't think I'm going to have enough to get through the remainder of the Kickstarter. 6 days left, by the way. 6 days left on the Kickstarter. You know, yeah, not long left. So I think at lunchtime I'm probably going to have to go out and get some more sketchbooks. It's a non-stop cavalcade, I'm telling you. Alright, I'll see you later. Okay, I'm on my lunch break. I'm just heading into Hobbycraft, which is a bit like Michael's in America. There's all kinds of useful and interesting stuff in there. So let's go get some sketchbooks. I'm back in the car and I've got some sketchbooks. I've gone A4. This is monumental. For years I was using smaller sketchbooks. As a student I would have big sketchbooks. You know, I'd have A3 sketchbooks. So twice the size, you know. And I'd always get hardback Winsor & Newton black bound sketchbooks. They cost a fortune. You'd be scared to draw in them. They would take you ages to fill because you'd be scared to draw in them. Whereas these, I bought 2 of these. These are A4. They're spiral bound, which I'm not 100% on, but I suppose you do have the option of being able to do that, holding it flat. These are 2 for a tenner, so it's not too bad. There's what, 50 sheets in there. It's 160 grams. It's acid free, so it's decent quality paper. Feels nice. Paper feels smooth. It's not as thick as Bristol board, but it's pretty good quality paper. Yeah, this is a big step up for me, buying these sort of large books. Also, it is kind of hardbound. It's covered in this chipboard, and this is, like I was just saying, a big step up for me. I've, you know, for years I've always gone smaller with sketchbooks because it allows you to be invisible. If you're sat in a cafe and you're sketching in a book, you can sketch, or you're sketching in a small book, you can get away with sketching for a lot longer. People won't notice you, people won't crowd you, and people won't realise that they're being sketched. You know, that's the sort of rationale behind it. It was always tricky as an art student. They go, okay, this weekend I want you to go into town and sketch 5 people, and you go, okay, I'll just get my massive sketchbook out and start drawing. I mean, you're never going to not get noticed by someone. And often when you're sketching, you're just trying to get a likeness. You're trying to just get the form, the pose, the attitude down. You're not going for like 100% photorealistic likeness. This is something that you're going to draw in like seconds, right? So the people are so disappointed when they turn up and they see what you've been drawing for 20 seconds and it's just some lines, just random, you know, up the side of a face, or just shadowing around the eyes or something like this, you know. And it's such a shame. But yeah, no, I've got some sketchbooks now, which is great. We can finish off the last of the A5 books, and then we'll be moving on to these A4 books. Yeah, That's one of the big pluses. One of the big pluses of doing the 100s challenge is it gets you used to working regular. It gets you used to filling books and meeting challenges, and that's kind of important. So I mean, in the first 3 months of this year, I filled 3 sketchbooks since start of the year. Okay, they're small. They're only about 40 pages. So it sounds impressive, but it's not really. But it's still roughly a page a day. I mean, it isn't really, because like if you're doing some sketching, you might do 2 or 3 pages in a session. You know, sit down for an hour, do some stuff, do some stuff, do some stuff, and you know that's 4 pages. So you know, but it's good to get the habit, and it's good to get the discipline. And this is great. This is great stuff. I'm very excited. Anyway, it's probably late into my lunch break now, so I better head back to the office. I'm trying to stay awake this afternoon. I didn't sleep very well last night. My little girl decided that she was not going to sleep, and therefore we weren't going to sleep. But I've managed okay so far. This afternoon will be a test. We shall see. Right, enough waffling. Let's get back to it. Well, it's Friday, and that's the day. It's been a busy couple of weeks. We've had a lot of deadlines just drop in our laps. A lot of people sort of saying, oh, we need this yesterday, and we then have to sort of make things happen. But it's good. It's good. There's a definite feeling of a corner turned, and it's been interesting this week watching the news articles from E3 and seeing all the reaction to all the various, I don't know, trailers and announcements and things. So that's been quite fun. Yeah, so I'm going to go home now. I've talked long enough. I hope you guys have a fun weekend. This is a long video, and I promise the next video will not be this long. This next video might be a little bit more funky. I'm going to be trying some new video editing software, so we might have like stickers and special effects and, you know, pictures and stuff. So that could be quite fun. In the meantime, have a great weekend. Everyone, keep doing what you're doing. Those of you who are doing the 100s, keep on fighting the good fight, and we'll see you next time. Alright, bye now.